talked before about parents having a favorite child, and now a new study from the University of Minnesota says that's true, at least when it comes to money. Researchers found that parents financially favor daughters over sons. This is especially true during recessions or tough economic times. So the study found that parents split their resources 60-40, with more money going to their female offspring. The whole thing's a little bit odd, but researchers believe that when resources are scarce, when you're in those tough economic times, that parents prefer females because they have a greater chance of reproducing. So Susan, this is talking about their will. They essentially asked parents, okay, here's the scenario, the economy's not doing well, here's your hypothetical will, here you go, and they favored the woman.
Well, that's hard to believe, really, because isn't that kind of their last legacy to their child? We liked one more than the other. I mean, gosh, I don't know how you explain that. I guess you don't have to if you're gone.
That's the thing that blows me away. This is a hypothetical. So people can just do whatever they want and make themselves look good. And I think given this, I'm going 50-50. Each kid gets the same thing. Nobody can hate me after I'm dead. I look fine. Right. But they're giving more money. I wonder what that is. And you do kind of wonder, like, is there a little sexism built in here? Are the parents not trusting that the women are going to be okay on their own and they need that much more help?
The study brings up this animal instinct. They see this in other species, essentially, that they, they'll favor the woman because they have the offspring. They're saying the women are more likely to reproduce. There's the grandchildren right there. But more often than not, the men, Jason, just don't have any kids.
I think the wild card here is that it's a tough economic time. And so you're forced, you assume your children are struggling, you assume you don't have a lot to give. And under that circumstance, who do you give the money to? I suppose it's not surprising that you think you want to preserve, you want to keep the world going. You want to keep the bloodline going. And so even deep in our psyche, we have this little bias at play.
That's what I think really shows a lot, Susan-Elizabeth, is it is kind of it's the study where you could say, okay, we favor one versus the other, but it digs deeper than that, and it's really, I think, hitting at the core of maybe what parents do believe.
Yeah, it's really questioning a lot of things and gender roles in the family and sibling roles and things like that. But you have to think, there's ways that my dad takes care of my sister and I, checking on our oil in our car that he doesn't really do to my brother.
Sure.
So it might be a little bit more of the protective feeling parents sometimes have towards daughters.
Daddy's little girl.
Well, it's true in a lot of ways. I do think that there's that special connection in some areas. But Matt, like you brought up, sexism is a big thing here. I mean, women aren't making as much as men for those same jobs. I think that's something that parents recognize, too.
Is this how women want to be treated equally, though? Wouldn't you rather have 60-40 instead of 50-50?
Yeah, given that, you're not saying, hey, 50-50.
We're hanging the flag on this one?
We don't care about sexism.
We want equality?
The salaries that are lower. Yeah, evens out.